Hello again. Welcome again to another episode of Down to Earth but Heavenly Minded, the textbook for life, the Bible. And we're going through the book of Leviticus, and we're coming to all these different laws of the sacrifices. And I believe that we are in 7 today here. And this is going to be the law of the guilt offering. And when I say laws, a law is something that we have to obey or should be obeyed. And in this case, these are the priests that need to obey how to do these laws or how to do these sacrifices. And that's why they're a law to them. But also, the reason for these sacrifices are given also, why they should be offered, which is all part of the law. When we say that we are under law, we're under all these laws, whether they're the laws of the sacrifice, the dietary laws, the moral laws, and there's so many different kinds of laws. I forget how many laws they say that the Jewish nation had, the nation of Israel, but there was quite a few. And there are laws that we don't even know uh, in as Gentiles, as people that are non-Jews. But a lot of these laws are not being followed today. Things have changed, but they will be brought back into practice. They're eternal. So with that said, let's just read through chapter 7. This is the law of the guilt offering. It is the most holy. In the place where they kill the burnt offering, they shall kill the guilt offering. There's a difference between burnt offering, guilt offerings, and sin offerings, and all these different offerings. And the blood shall be thrown against the side of the altar, and all the fat shall be offered, the fat tail and the fat and the covering of the entrails, and the kidneys and the fat that is on them, on the loins and on the long lobe of the liver, that he shall remove with the kidneys. The priest shall burn them on the altar as a food offering for the Lord. It is a guilt offering. Every male among the priests may eat of it. It shall be eaten in a holy place. It is most holy. The guilt offering is just like the sin offering. There is one law for them. The priest who makes atonement with it shall have it, and the priest who offers any man's burnt offering shall have it for himself, the skin of the burnt offering that he has offered, and every grain offering baked in the oven, and all that is prepared on the pan or on a griddle shall belong to the priest who offers it. And every grain offering mixed with oil or dry shall be shared equally among the sons of Aaron. And this is the law of the sacrifice of the peace offering, that one may offer to the Lord, if he offers it for a thanksgiving, then he shall offer with the thanksgiving sacrifice unleavened loaves mixed with oil, unleavened wafers smashed with oil, smeared with oil, I'm sorry, and the loaves of fine flour well mixed with oil, with the sacrifice of the peace offering for a thanksgiving. He shall bring his offering with loaves of leavened bread, and from it he shall offer one loaf from each offering as a gift to the Lord. It shall belong to the priest who throws the blood on the peace offering. Uh, and the flesh of the sacrifice of the peace offering for thanksgiving shall be eaten on the day uh, of his offering. He shall not leave any of it until morning. But if the sacrifice of the offering is a vow offering or a free will offering, he shall be eaten on the day that that he offers his sacrifice, and on the next day, when what remains shall be eaten. But what remains of the flesh of the sacrifice on the third day shall be burnt up with fire. If any of the flesh of the sacrifice of the peace offerings is eaten on the third day, he who offered it shall not be accepted. Now neither shall it be credited to him. It is tainted, and he who eats of it shall bear his iniquity. Flesh that touches any unclean thing shall not be eaten. It shall be burnt up with fire. All who are unclean may eat flesh. All who are clean may eat flesh, but the person who eats of the flesh of the sacrifice of the Lord's peace offering, while an uncleanness is on him, that person shall be cut off from his people. And if anyone touches the unclean thing, whether human uncleanness or the unclean beast or any unclean detestable creature, and then eats some flesh from the sacrifice of the Lord's peace offering, that person shall be cut off from his people. This is pretty severe. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the people of Israel, saying, You shall not eat no fat of an ox or sheep or a goat, the fat of an animal that dies of itself, and the fat of any that is torn by a beast shall be put to any use, but on no account shall you eat it. For every person who eats of the fat of an animal of which the food offering may be made to the Lord shall be cut off from his people. Moreover, you shall eat no blood, whatever, whether of foul or unclean animal, in any of these dwelling places. Whoever eats any blood, that person shall be cut off from his people. The Lord spoke to Moses, saying, Speak to the people of Israel, saying, Whoever offers the sacrifice of the peace offering to the Lord shall bring his offering to the Lord for a sacrifice of his peace offering, and his hands shall bring the Lord's food offering. He shall bring the fat with the breast, and the breast may be waved as a wave offering before the Lord. The priest shall burn the fat on the altar, but the breast shall be for Aaron and his sons, and the right thigh you shall give to the priest as a contribution for the sacrifice of the peace offering. Whoever among the sons of Aaron offers the blood of a peace offering, and the fat shall have the right thigh for a portion. For the breast that is waved and the thigh that is a contribution, I have taken from the people of Israel out of the sacrifice their peace offerings, and have given them to Aaron and the priest and to his sons as a perpetual due from the people of Israel. This is the portion of Aaron and of his sons from the Lord's food offering for days that it was presented to serve as the priest of the Lord. The Lord commanded this to be given them by the people of Israel from the day that he atoned them. It is a perpetual due throughout their generations. This is the law of the burnt offerings, of the grain offerings, and of the sin offerings, of the guilt offerings, of the ordination offerings, and the peace offerings, which the Lord commanded Moses on Mount Sinai on the day that he commanded the people of Israel to bring their offerings to the Lord. in the wilderness of Sinai. And that ends our reading. And again, we're just going through all these laws of the offerings that were given to the priest and how to do it, and the people that had to give the offerings and why they had to give the offerings. And like I say, this sounds like a lot of repetitive things, but uh, every one of them is got a purpose, and uh, it's everything's kind of a little different on each offering, and they have to remember all these things and do it right. Well, with this said, I'm going to just end our recording today. Until next time, bye for now.